Okay, it's been a while. I've been off the scene for a while due to a number of factors. The first one being that there was a lot of hoopla and confusion going on with the whole prop firm situation in the US. So I had to sort that out. And then on top of that, I did go on vacation to the motherland. Had a lot of good time with family and friends, a lot of touring around the place, and it was great after a while, and it was a good eye opener. So now I'm back, and today I have something to share with you in terms of some trades that I did today. So here we go. Okay, so today traded gold with PS2K, obviously. Let's go to the 15. So as my trading window time approached, which is around 8:30 to 10:30 is my ideal trading time. I might extend the 10:30 a little bit to maybe 11:30, but usually around that time I try to get done. Why? Because that's when you have most of the activity, most of the momentum when the US session opens, and also around 9:30 as well. So anyway, so as you can see right here, this is around the 8:30 time. You can see price was let me see if I can, yeah, price was stalled around this area, right, and then kept moving up. We also had some news events, and let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, so if you take a look at the news calendar on Forex Factory or whichever calendar you use, you can see on the today at around 8:15 you had some news on USD, which is what I was most interested in. You had some news on EUR and CAD, but I was more interested in USD, the US dollar. So ADP, non-farm employment, that came in at -122, which pushes the dollar down. And then also employment cost index was negative at 0.9%. So that was pushing down the dollar. And in fact, if we do go to UJ, for example, not a particularly good example, but you can see the dollar kind of pushed down. Also, if we look at USD CAD, you can see right here, dollar was pushed down, came back up, but it's pushing down again. So, which means gold is going to do kind of like the opposite, right? There's a huge correlation between, negative correlation between USD CAD, for example, and gold USD or USD JPY, USD Swiss, but it's not always going to be a tit for tat, because again, you're dealing with different economies. For example, USD JPY, USD CAD, USD Swiss franc, so you can't completely rely on that 100%. But anyway, that means gold was going to go the opposite, right? So as we look at gold right here, it sprang up, right? It spiked up, and as I could see, like I said before, price was already showing that it's not willing to go below that. Every time it came there, boom, pushed back up, came back, pushed back up, came back, pushed back up. But we did not have volume here. So as 8:30 approaches, you can see volume pick up, and then the news was also favorable towards that. So I made an entry here. Didn't quite take off, came back down a little bit. So I was a little bit unsure. So I put in a hedge trade of a sell, knowing that if it went down, the buy trade would close around the blue line because of the settings on PS2K. Because if we go to the settings, you can see right here it's set to candles. It's set to 50, right? Candle close MA 50, right? So this is the 50 line right here. All right. So anyway, it would close here, and then how much times from this sell trade would probably open here, and I could probably close it somewhere around down there, right? But if you went back up, there was a stop loss here on the sell trade, so it would close, and then how much times for the buy side would kick in, which it did right here, and then I closed them right here. And then I just watched the market as the next candle came in, and it seemed like the market was still pushing up, so it came down, but it wasn't very forceful, so there was still some upside momentum. As you can see, also QC was still kind of pushing up, and RSI was not quite maxed out yet. So I made another entry here. Hammer time kicked in here, and I closed here for a second hammer time, and that was it. Got out the market because again, you can see QC was maxed out. RSI was not quite up there, but I tend to go with QC a little bit more than RSI because that's not very reliable. You can use that to gauge stuff, but you can't rely too much on it. So I got out of that. Already made a profit of 900. Yeah, right here. Which minus the fees gives you 800 and some change right here. So I figured, okay, get out the market and let's see what happens. Because you also had some news coming in at around 10 and wasn't sure what was going to happen with that, and that was the pending home sales, which actually spiked up, which was positive for the dollar, and so the dollar slightly reversed and therefore gold went down, but luckily I was out before that. Right now, this would have been a really good opportunity for another entry, even though it was beyond my trading window time, 10:30. But because if you enter here, for example, if it goes the opposite way, it doesn't keep going up on this hyper zone, it would exit at this 50 right here for a small loss. But the upside, you have a lot of gain, and this would have been another good opportunity for at least one good hammer time. But it was outside my trading window, so I didn't take it. Yeah, and now it's too late to enter that trade. Yeah, so that's what happened today as far as trading went, and these are the results from those two hammer times. As you can see, this was that sell trade that was hedged, but then it went back up and then it was closed for a loss of 188. But after that, everything else was gravy, as you can see, for a profit of that much, minus the fees. In fact, let's add the commission column. I don't know why I thought I had it there. Yeah, so these are the fees right there, as you can see. So once you take off the fees, then this is the profit, 844 and 45 for the day, and I think that's pretty good. So yeah, that was my trading for the day, and that's it. I am done. Hopefully you had a good trading session. Peace.